What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia. I'm starting off this vlog in the car because we had a very quick morning. Jordan had his 2-month checkup. I can't believe he is already 2 months old. And I am at Home Goods killing time with Asher while Jake took him into his appointment. As you can tell by the title, we have some catching up to do. I have to explain to you guys while I've been gone. I have to let you guys know the whole process of my journey pre-baby and post-baby. It's been crazy. I definitely want to explain to you guys and get into that a little bit later. Probably when the boys go down for their nap, I will sit down and explain everything to you guys. But for now, we're gonna go into Home Goods, see what we can find. I kind of want to add some more Montessori toys into Asher's playroom. He's almost 3 years old and he's just getting smarter and more advanced, and I feel like all of his toys he's kind of already figured out and already mastered. So let's go see what we can find. I just quickly want to show you guys what we got before we go pick up Jacob and Jordan. I got this wooden abacus. I thought was really cute to add a little bit more color into the playroom as well, and Jordan can start playing with it as he gets a little bit older. I also got this garland for the playroom to add some like Halloween touch in there. Asher picked out the candy corn, which I thought was really cute and like kid friendly. I also got a basket because you can never have enough. Lastly, Asher picked out this Paw Patrol bucket that was actually on clearance, but there's just some chalk in there. They really didn't have anything age appropriate for Asher, so I want to try and go to TJ Maxx sometime this week, but I'm gonna open this for him, hand it to him, and go pick up Jacob and Jordan because they are done with his appointment.
Hello.
Hi, how'd it go?
Oh, yeah, good. Was that Jordan's appointment?
Got a healthy baby?
Oh yeah. Got a dome on him too.
It's a couple hours later. It's 2 o'clock now. I am currently in the boys' room because after the doctor's appointment, this window is totally washing me out right now. But after Jordan's doctor's appointment, we went to the park, and Asher just came home so exhausted he went straight to the couch and passed out. So I thought I would sit down and give you guys an update while I'm in here. I finished his name flag, which I had talked about in a previous video when I was like going through their room, and he actually just got a new blanket in the mail yesterday that we put on his bed. Let me set you guys down and we can talk about what the whole point of this video is. So where do I begin? First of all, hello. It's been a very long time since I have filmed. It's been a very long time since I've talked to you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been extremely absent on there as well. However, I did let everyone know on Instagram yesterday, and as you can see by the title of this video, I had and still have Bell's palsy. I got Bell's palsy from my pregnancy with my second child, which I did not know was a thing until it happened to me. First and foremost, I do want to let you guys know I'm healthy, I'm okay, everything is fine. Everything with my baby is fine. He's healthy, he's okay. He actually just had his 2-month checkup today and he's doing great. So I'm very grateful for that. I want to rewind a little bit and just kind of walk you guys through everything that has happened up until today. My second pregnancy, I was pregnant with another boy. We named him Jordan, if you don't know that already. He happened to be overdue just like my first one. So when I went to my 40-week checkup, my doctor set up my inducement date. It was 2 days before my inducement date. I felt like something was wrong. I was eating pretzels and I noticed that I couldn't taste the salt on the pretzels I was eating. And I went and grabbed Jacob and I told him what was going on, and just to be on the safe side, we decided to take COVID tests. Immediately they both came back negative, so we were relieved, but I was also really curious what was going on. I kind of just brushed it off and didn't think too much of it. As the day went on, nothing else really happened, and then that night before bed, I noticed that my jaw started hurting. I kind of just thought that it was just my wisdom tooth. So then the next day in the morning, I wake up and I can feel my eye twitching a lot. And again, it's something that I didn't really think too much of, give much thought to. And that night I had a doctor's appointment. It was the day before my inducement, and I had an appointment to see a doctor about 10 o'clock at night. We go in for the appointment and I bring it up to the nurse right away. And the nurse informs me that she'll let the doctor know, and the doctor will come in shortly to come talk to me and figure out what's going on. The doctor comes in and I'm talking to her, letting her know what's going on. I'm letting her know my symptoms. And after a few minutes of talking to her, she informs me that the entire conversation we had, my eye had not been blinking. So it hadn't been closing and it was just staying open. And that was news to me because Jacob hadn't told me that he had noticed that. I hadn't really noticed that my eye wasn't closing. I thought both of my eyes were blinking. And she assessed me and asked me more questions and observed me a little bit longer and told me that she thought I was going through something called Bell's palsy. If you're not familiar with Bell's palsy is a full or partial facial weakness or paralysis, and for me it was partial and it was affecting the left side of my face. So she said that she was going to go talk to a neurologist and that she would come back and let me know what he thought and what our game plan would be going forward. So she comes back in the room a little bit later, said she talked to the neurologist and that they had both agreed based on what she was observing that I, in fact, did have Bell's palsy. So she told me that she was going to start me on antibiotics and steroids right away and not to worry. It wasn't going to affect the baby. The baby was going to be fine, and that this is just something that has to take its course and that it's going to come and go, but that it was nice that we caught it so early so that we could start the medications right away. So I started taking medications immediately, and they were supposed to go on for 2 weeks. She also informed me that it was going to get worse before it gets better. Hearing that made me really nervous because the thought of it getting worse than I felt like it already was really scary, especially when I'm about to deliver a baby. So I tried to just stay calm. I didn't want to stress out because I knew if I was stressed out, then it would affect the baby. So we go home that night and I sleep and everything's fine. And then I wake up the next morning and I notice even more facial weakness when I wake up that day. I noticed my mouth started slightly drooping. I noticed that when I smiled that this side of my face was a little bit lower, and I could also tell that I had more of a lazy eye. And I tried to act like everything was fine. I had Asher that I had to take care of, and I didn't want him to wonder what was going on if he saw me crying or saw me upset. So I just tried to make the best of it and not pay too much attention to it. So we go to the hospital that night and go to our scheduled inducement appointment, and that night I noticed even more facial weakness. So that night I started having to put an eye patch on. The doctors informed me that I would have to cover my eye because of the facial weakness. My eye wasn't blinking, that it could dry my eye out, and from having the dry eye it could cause scratches on my cornea, and if my cornea got scratched then it could affect my sight permanently. So I got ointment and I put that in my eye and I had to cover it. And so I was in the hospital in labor with an eye patch on. I was very emotional. I had a lot going on. I did not want any pictures taken of me. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wanted to wear a mask the whole time, which was optional in the hospital because we did test negative for COVID. It was optional to wear a mask, and I just wanted to hide behind my mask so no one could see my droopy mouth. Eventually I end up having Jordan on June 8th, and he came out healthy and everything was fine with him. And then on top of the Bell's palsy, I hemorrhaged. My placenta was not detaching, and it did not detach in a timely manner that it was supposed to. I had huge blood loss and had to get a blood transfusion. I'm very grateful and I'm thankful for the doctors, and I am happy that I'm healthy and safe and everything turned out fine. But I definitely had a lot of emotional distress. I was embarrassed about my face. I was super insecure because it did start getting even worse after that. And my postpartum was terrible the first couple of days. After the first 2 days, however, I will say I did recover. I feel like a lot better than I did with Asher. It was either my body was used to it because it was my second baby, or because I didn't tear this time around like I had done with Asher. But overall, things postpartum wise and healing was improving. However, my Bell's palsy was not. My face started drooping even more. My mouth was drooping so bad that people literally could not understand what I was saying. I had to physically hold my cheek and my mouth upright so that people could hear me because all of my muscles were being used on this side. I was slurring so badly. Then my cheeks started hurting because I would just hold my mouth all day to talk and communicate. It was just a lot. It was a lot. To kind of bring you guys up to speed where things are now, present day, it has been 2 months since all this has happened, and it still hasn't 100% gone away. I did talk to a neurologist 2 weeks after all of this happened, so when I was 2 weeks postpartum, and he basically said there was nothing more that they could do for me, and it's gonna just have to go away and figure itself out on its own, and that it could take up to 6 months for it to go away, and even then it may not go away 100%. So I am hoping that it does. However, I'm just tired of hiding behind it. I'm tired of being insecure about it, and I'm just tired of being sad about it and missing out on things and not recording things with my kids because I am so embarrassed by it. If I come a little bit closer to the camera, you can probably tell that this eye, it looks a little bit bigger than this eye. So I do still have some facial droopiness on this side, so that's why it physically looks bigger, my eye, than this one, because it sags. So the white part of my eye, I'm not really sure what it's called, but you can see more of the white of my eyes, so that's why it makes it look bigger. Another thing about this side of my face is you could probably tell that this cheek looks a little bit chubbier than this side, and that is due to the muscle weakness and the droopiness of this side of my face. Something else I experienced was a lot of muffled hearing in this side of my ear. I feel like my ear has fully recovered. I also don't have that jaw pain anymore. The last symptom I experienced was pain behind my ear, and that has completely subsided as well. So that is basically everything that happened and I went through. This is something that I did not know was more common in pregnancy. After my husband found out that I was going through this, he went and talked to a bunch of his paramedic, EMT, and firefighter co-workers and friends, and none of them had heard of this happening to a woman in pregnancy either. So I kind of just wanted to, in a sense, raise awareness, and if there is someone out there watching this that you've experienced this, you're not alone, because I know that's something that I definitely felt alone going through, because I had never heard of this and I had never personally known anyone to go through this. And yeah, I'm going to head back in the living room now. Jake is actually gonna go to the gym and get a workout in while the boys are still napping, and I am just going to relax and enjoy the peace and quiet that I have until chaos ensues the house again. We're actually going to a park nearby at 5 tonight because they're having food trucks, which is my favorite. It's starting to become a monthly thing in our neighborhood and I love it. It's so fun getting together with the community, and Asher's playing with a bunch of kids and we just eat and hang out. So I'll definitely check back in with you guys when we're at the park. We got the, what is this? The Hawaiian fried chicken rice bowl with spicy sauce and sweet sauce. Hi, can I get the Calzuki with chocolate sauce? Can I get it with cookies and cream ice cream? It's buzzing. Come on. Let's go. It's buzzing. Come on.
And you said caramel sauce. And then whipped cream.
Calzuki with cookies and cream.
Yes. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
And then I'll do another one.
Look, Asher.
I can't talk about it. And I hang out, but like,
We got back from the food trucks about 45 minutes ago. It's almost 8 o'clock now, and we are actually headed out again because we're gonna go to the drive-ins to watch Super Pets. But I wanted to show you guys what we're bringing. For snacks and drinks, I am bringing these two snacks for Asher. It's just some Cheddar Bunnies and the PB&J sticks and jelly from Trader Joe's. And then I have this little bento box thing that we're not going to need the silverware for, but I'm not going to take it out. But inside I just have some popcorn with M&Ms, some peanut butter pretzels, and some Cheez-Its. And then for drinks, I just have a water bottle. I have Asher's water bottle. And then I'm also going to bring some ginger ale and a body armor. This is really good for breastfeeding mamas. And then I'm just going to put it all in the new basket I got today. We actually have to head out pretty quickly because the movie starts in less than an hour. So I'm going to end the video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about my Bell's palsy or anything related to that, please feel free to comment down below. Now that I am more comfortable filming, I definitely plan on sharing more with you guys. I do want to make a video of all my baby must-haves and everything that is like essential and that I've used a bunch with Jordan. If you have any other video recommendations or ideas for me, please also feel free to comment that down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.